There's a few things I would want to know. And Adam, I'm going to say this and then I'm going to come to you because I think you want to say something. There's a few things I want to know. You know the data that shows for every conservative professor, there's 11 to 13 liberals in college universities. Great. It's good for us to know that. And then the stat that says for every, out of 100 teachers, K through 12 in public schools, 97 of them in English teachers, 97 out of 100 teachers gave to Democratic Party, 3 gave to Republican. And then you go to health teachers, K through 12, it's 98 to 2. And then if you do math and science, it's 87 to 13, right? Where we know, at least math and science, 87 are Democrats, 13 are Republicans, conservatives, great. What percentage of FBI as a whole would you say are Democrats or Republicans or independents?
That's a tough one to put as a whole because there's some great divisions within the FBI. So there's about 40,000 employees in the FBI. Only 14,000 are special agents. So the majority of the population is support staff. It's different culturally for support staff. I think they tend to lean, and especially in the intelligence analysis field, they tend to lean left. Those are the people that are writing, essentially their profession is writing college term papers. And they're very overeducated college mindset. So that and you've seen like that Richmond field office radical traditional Catholic memo came out from an intelligence analyst, definitely only using left-wing sources on that. As far as the administrative staff goes, I've never really dug into politics with too many of them. I think from the agent population then, you also have to split between the rank and file, boots on the ground guys that just want to be cops. And they tend to be moderate to conservative. And I think it's gun culture. I mean, obviously the Second Amendment comes in and that's going to be a good guide, a plumb line for politics. And if you're comfortable carrying a gun, you probably support the Second Amendment, you're probably conservative. But the management structure is left-leaning, and I attribute that to the way that process works. It's very self-selecting, because in order to become a manager in the FBI, you have to be willing to go back and forth to Washington, D.C. all the time. Yeah. Family roots aren't there. Secondly, you have to initiate something that is new and novel, do something with a splash to put on your resume. And the nature of a conservative person is, what's the waste, fraud, and abuse that I can cut and just do the job? Sure. The person who's left-leaning is not opposed to a new initiative, and that's where I made the comparison to the movie Jurassic World, where Vincent D'Onofrio's character wants to use the velociraptors to go after terrorists, and it's funny, but it's true because it briefs well. You put it on a PowerPoint. We don't need a drone strike. We've done that. I can't promote off a drone strike or send in a SEAL team. I'll use velociraptors, and that's how somebody would promote within the military and within the FBI.
Is it a similar structure like when you're in the, by the way, if you're watching this and you're enjoying and you want to hear more from what these gentlemen have to say in a long form podcast where they can talk freely. It's about them today. It's not about us. If you give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel and share it so other people can see it as well. We've grown quickly to 10,000 people live watching it right now. I think more and more people need to hear what these gentlemen have to say. In the military, you know how HHC or headquarters would look at field? They would look at grunts like you're dumb. You just carry a gun, and I'm an officer. My boots are always shining clean. Look how dirty your boots are. I got my stuff from quartermasters. I got my crease. Everything. You look like dirt. You don't look good. You don't do this. There was a certain I'm smarter than you. I'm better than you. And then when you would say, yes, sir, to enlisted, they're like, hey, don't tell me that. I work for a living. Is it that kind of a mindset where the guys at that level think you guys are just listen, go do the work, but we're going to tell you what to do? Is it kind of like that kind of a culture?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because I can speak to the Army side of things too. A very similar experience. I had a couple really good officers, but by and large, that type of hubris, it has infected the FBI at the senior management levels.
Yeah, that's a problem when that happens, because when it's a top-down and the guys are doing the work. And by the way, you both worked under Comey and you worked under Ray, right?
I was just under Ray.
You were just under Ray. Okay, so you got involved what year? When
2018 I got hired.
2018. So he's 2017 August, I think, is when he came in. And right before that was Comey for whatever 4 years he was in. How different was it? Was there a immediate feel of a different in culture under Comey or Ray, or no, you didn't feel nothing? It was the same thing?
Well, I didn't really feel it. I was in a small office.
Got it.
But I do think that there was a cultural change that happened. And we were talking about this actually earlier. After September 11th, when Bob Mueller became the FBI director and the transition to the intelligence agency that you now see to its full fruition began. And the people that came in under Mueller in the early days, they're now in a position of leadership in the FBI. So they came in, it's a very Patriot Act, neocon mindset that maybe inspired them to join. Then Comey comes in and he brought in the I'm ethical beyond all reproach. And
Unethical?
I am
I'm
ethical.
ethical. Got it.
And I think the story is that his lieutenants and the folks that were around him and are now ascending these very high levels, they were called the College of Cardinals because they are true believers in their utmost morality. You cannot question. They've never looked in the mirror and said, am I the bad guy? And now they are the executive assistant director.
What an arrogant way of doing it. Oh, my God, that's disgusting. Yep. I've been around people like that. I've never met anybody that's, there's people like that in church. There's people like that in schools. There's people like that everywhere, and they're very annoying to work for and work with.
And there's a big gap also in their experience on the ground with people. So take Jennifer Moore. She's just about to retire as the executive assistant director. She's been in the FBI since the mid-'90s. She came in before her time. She was not an agent. She was a support staff, but then eventually became an agent. She worked FBI cases from 1999 to 2005. In a 30-year career, 6 of them were spent actually doing the investigative work that she is now having this managerial responsibility of overseeing. And I think that just leads to a tremendous disconnect between the management class and the rank and file.
So if you like this clip and you want to watch another one, click right here. And if you want to watch the entire podcast, click right here.